Hey guys, Nia Imani here, back with another video. And girl, this is a review slash first impressions, all of that, of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills the Prism palette. So a lot of people, I feel like this was not as hyped up, or this palette, it wasn't hyped up like Subculture, because they knew Subculture let us down. But apparently this is supposed to be a redemption palette. So let me show you guys what this palette looks like. So we have a mix of colors. So we have some oranges, pinks, some metallics, some chromes, some yellows, a deep dark black. It's a very different palette. I was really excited for the Subculture palette, but I like the variety of this palette just based off of the colors. I'm feeling this dark green, this throne color, and this sphere. So I'm pretty much gonna go in and just hopefully that, you know, hopefully this palette works and it blends like how I want it to. So honestly, without the talking, let's just get into it. So I'm gonna first take the shade Sphere, and I'm going to try to warm up my crease with this. Positive thoughts only. So I'm gonna just continue to the other eye. I don't really see that yellow shade did anything for me. It just looks a bit, I don't know. Next color I'm gonna go in is Eden, which is this peachy orange shade. Hopefully that works. Let me show y'all if you know, like, this is how the palette has looked since I've dug into the powders. That's like the amount of fallout or whatever you want to call it that I've experienced. It's not gonna be, I'm not gonna say it's as chalky as the Subculture, but you know, it's just some fallout. Oh, this color's pretty. That shade was different. It's a bit pale. I don't feel like these colors so far, they're not really just, I'm not gonna say they're not as pigmented, but how this color looks in the pan is not how it's paying off on my skin. It does look a bit lighter, but it is a very pretty shade. I couldn't wear it by itself. I would just have to make sure that I deepen it up. So I'm gonna go in with Saturn, and hopefully that can be like a true transition shade, because I do want to incorporate some brown and some black into this look. So I'm gonna just go on with this shadow, which is kind of like a darker shade, peachy orange, of this Eden color. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, I think this is what I was missing. This is intense. Like, I can already tell that that's like a very pretty color without me even having to blend it out. But the thing that's kind of making me sad about the Sphere color, just because like I'm darker, and you would just think that the yellow shades really look fire. Like red, yellow, orange, bright shades are really like ideal for darker skinned women, especially as their transition shade, because it just complements our skin so well. But Saturn is pretty. Let's just see how it blends out. So far I like this this Saturn color. Just like I'm gonna compare, yes, I'm going to compare. In the Modern Renaissance palette, they had and I'm just gonna take a little bit of Sphere on this brush and blend it out, but I'm gonna talk to y'all while I'm doing it. They had a shade Real Gar, and that was like literally, I was obsessed with that shade just because it was so vibrant, and this is giving me the same type of vibes. I really do like the payoff of that color, but I wish that it would have taken, I wish Sphere and Eden could have, you know, warmed up my crease, but I guess, you know, you win some, you lose some. But so far I do like how everything is blending out. It's not seeming very choppy like how Subculture was. It does seem like everything is blending out pretty well, and like I said, it's not chalky, but it is a little bit dusty in the pan. But I mean, hey, All right, so I'm going in with a more defined brush, detailed brush, and I'm taking this brown shade called Parallel. If you know me or any type of look I usually do, it has some type of brown or gold incorporated, but I did say I was going to use the shade Throne today just to do something different. But I'm going to begin to pack this brown shade on my outer crease and like kind of make it a V to like deepen up everything. Okay, so I'm gonna just go in with Saturn a little bit too, and to brush to kind of blend away any harsh lines with the brown. But the brown gives me Cypress Umber vibes from Modern Renaissance. I do like the brown shade. I do like the Saturn shade, but I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit more so that everything is seamless. Okay, so I've blended everything out. Now I'm taking the shade Throne and I'm going to begin to pack this on my lid. I'm gonna leave this outer half a little bit without the shade just so I can pack some black right there. So I think this color is hella fucking pretty. That green, I don't go for bold colors like this. I keep it really neutral and green, like gold and stuff, but I really like the payoff of this green. I'm gonna go back in with Saturn and blend out the harsh lines, but then I'm gonna go in with Obsidian, which is basically the black. I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of Parallel, which is the brown, and I'm gonna warm up, like darken up the outer half of my crease. Okay, so I do really like how things are starting to look. I'm about to apply lashes and liner, and I'll be right back. And then we're gonna do the lower lash line. I'm gonna take everything off, and then I'm gonna give you guys my final verdict. All right, guys, so this is the completed look. So we have the shade Throne on the lids. I put a little bit of the this shade called Lucid, which I guess you can compare it to the type of, like the same type of eyeshadow that Cubed was in this Subculture palette. So it looked one way in the pan, but then it came off a different color. And then I went in and I finished this look off because the color that's in the inner crease was really giving me Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife vibes. So I was like, okay, I have to top it off with some Trophy Wife as my highlighter. Overall, I am actually thoroughly pleased with this palette. I did a few cons that I did find in this palette would have to be the color Sphere and Eden not really warming up my crease how I would want it to. It's just, it wasn't as pigmented that I wanted it to be. I mean, maybe look at some different tutorials where they use the color. But I mean, I feel like everything else looks really bomb. Like, I'm very pleased with Saturn. I really, really, really love Saturn. I love Throne. And I definitely can see myself doing some more looks with this palette. Is this palette worth it? I would say it is. I think this is a redemption palette, like it was coined, just because it's not as hard to blend as the Subculture palette was. And then you know, although there's a lot of metallics, there's also still a fairly decent amount of mattes in this palette that will be able to create any types of looks. So I feel like just this color, these colors are very fall, and I feel like I can get a lot of use out of this palette. Like I could get a lot of use out of the Modern Renaissance palette. Yeah, I like this palette. I don't know what else to say. Let me know if you guys have tried it yet. I actually really like it. I'm very, very, very pleased with the look that I created. It wasn't really hard to blend, and another con though, it was a little chalky, but I mean Modern Renaissance was chalky too, but Subculture was super like dumb chalky. But I mean, I really like this palette. So you will be seeing me use this palette a little bit more here on my channel. If you have any looks or any colors that you would like me to do using this palette, just let me know. I hope you all enjoyed this first impressions review. I don't know what else to call it, but I really, really like this look. I don't know, like I feel fancy. Like I don't never do color like this, so I actually like it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next one.